Hello and welcome back. I'm Marilyn Harder, lead instructor and master trainer for Club Pilates Roseville, and I'm here talking to you about breathing as a foundation for your Pilates practice and a foundation for life. So before we begin, there's two types of breathing that's often talked about in relationship to exercise, meditation, things like that. You may have heard of the yoga breath, which is a belly type breathing, and Pilates breath, which is a lateral lung type breathing. So to begin, we're going to go over the two types of breath. Bringing one hand to my chest and my ribs and one hand to my belly. I'm going to alternate taking breath into my lungs. So the first breath, I'm going to inhale and expand my chest. On the next inhale, I'm going to expand into my belly. What you may have noticed on my lung breathing is that you see my chest begin to rise and fall. In this breath, I'm expanding my ribs out to the side, and I'm careful to make sure that my diaphragm does not drop in and expand my belly, but I'm dropping it down as well as pulling up the pelvic floor, facilitating a deeper connection with the powerhouse of the core, which is the foundation of the pelvic floor. The roof is the diaphragm, and we've got our transverse abdominis wrapping around the midsection, as well as that multifidi to support the erector spinae for the spine. The belly breath, that's going to deepen the base or baseline of your lungs. When you breathe into the belly, it's a little harder to stay connected to the core. So we use the lateral lung breathing, which means we're breathing to the side of the ribs as well as to the front and back of the ribs, allowing that chest to rise. So we use that inhale, nice and slow and controlled, to expand out the usable space of the ribs, or the lungs rather, and press and open and stretch the intercostal muscles of the ribs. And that exhale, when we blow out, like we're blowing out 1,000 birthday candles, as we blow out that internal transverse abdominis, which comes down to the lowest part of the pubic bone, all the way up. It's like our internal corseted system, and it attaches to two lines of muscles down the back. So that exhale, as we blow out all that air, we facilitate that connection, and that connection is going to stabilize and support the back. So every time we breathe in Pilates, we are stabilizing and supporting the core, and we're also creating length through the spine. So we're activating those multifidi and the erector spinae to elongate the space between the vertebral columns, which can reduce pain in the lumbar spine, for instance, and also deepen our constant connection with our core, which then translates into life. So when you pick up that baby, in your exhaling, you've got that core connection, so you're not taking it into your lumbar spine. So once more, our lateral lung breath is taking a big inhale, like we are breathing or smelling in 1,000 roses. Exhale, blowing out 1,000 birthday candles till there's nothing left and you feel that connection through. In the next series, we'll talk about breath in movement and how that facilitates the connection in through exercise, and a little exercises that you can do day in and day out that will help deepen that connection to your core, as well as support the function of life. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful day.